It's acres and move makers. It's acres and move makers. I deal with land flippers, acres and move makers, room shakers, big boys with huge paper, the newspapers. You can run but can't escape us. We winning with these flash green when they act racist. Success is so contagious. Let's go. It's acres and move makers. Welcome to Acres and Move Makers. My name is Ray.
My name is Jay.
And we are
the Acre Boys.
Today, we want to talk to you about, is it a smart move to buy land inside of a homeowners association or a HOA subdivision?
For sure. I think that's it depends on what you're actually going after, right? Anybody who's not familiar with what an HOA is, basically what an HOA is, basically the rules and regulations are governed by that state, county, municipality, subdivision, or whatever the case may be. So inside a lot of these HOAs, they're very, very restrictive. If you're building a home in some of these HOA communities, they might have designated builders that you have to actually use in order to build there. They can go as far as to have everybody in the HOA, their door is blue or whatever the case may be. Pretty much as far as the rules are concerned, the rules are already governed before you get there. So what you're going to need to know, whether you're investing or buying a property for yourself, is how restrictive are you willing to be? If you want to do whatever you want to do with your property or whatever the case may be, I would not recommend buying a property in an HOA because all of those rules will be upon you, right? So it's two different things that we do inside of our business, right? One is called outside of the city limits. The other one is called inside of the city limits. One of the major benefits of dealing outside the city limits, typically there is no zoning in those areas, so you can do whatever you want to do just based off of where the property is located. However, if you switch and go all the way back into those communities, there are HOAs, like we said before, they're governed, so you're going to have to find out for yourself which one you want to actually go with. And on top of that, typically when there's a HOA, there's a HOA fee due every month on those particular properties too, as well. Some, depending on where you're at, those HOA fees can be very, very high, and they can be a minimal amount. It just depends on what property you're actually looking to purchase. So for me, would I deal with properties in the HOA? The answer would be yes, but not a lot of them. Most of my transactions are going to take place outside the city limits because that's where I find the most opportunity to score big deals.
You know, ironically, after hearing Jay speak about his thoughts on the HOA things, we've done some of our best deals in HOA subdivisions. A lot of times when dealing with HOAs, depending on which subdivision, right? But theory is that they're going to be better areas. Theory, because it's a HOA. HOA will have their personal sanitation in some departments, or some amenities may include a playground. Mm-hmm. Some may include a lake. Some HOAs are surrounded by a river. You know, these things come with it. And some may include like a indoor pool house. It all depends on what the HOA offers and what it includes. Mm-hmm. We found HOAs that wasn't so restrictive besides just having to pay the fee. Some HOAs allow you to bring in outside builders. Mm-hmm. As Jay stated, you just need to know the rules of what that HOA is so you can make an educated decision. And then that should be your answer based upon the information that you find out. Because it's personal preference, to be totally honest. I don't have a problem with buying in the HOA community. I really don't. To me, it's going to boil down to how much I'm getting the property for and how much I'm selling it for and how much the HOA fees is. Keep in mind, if you're thinking about living there or buying land there and holding on there, you still will be responsible for paying those HOA fees. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind to where it's not spoke about a lot, but HOA fees can foreclose on your property outside of the county. Absolutely. So if you don't pay your HOA fees, that HOA homeowners association can foreclose on your property and take back ownership of it outside of the state or county. Right. So very important to know that. But my answer is absolutely, I'll buy in an HOA subdivision area. I don't have a problem with it. It just depends on the numbers for me, and it also depends on how strict they are. Like if it's a really strict HOA that says no, only our builders can build. No, like Jay said, all the doors have to be blue, and this. Then I may stay out of there because those kind of things are going to restrict for us. It'll restrict our buyer pool when we're going to sell it. So just knowing what they offer and knowing the price that they charge will help you make a decision. And that's how I would approach it.
Yeah, sure. And some of the subdivisions, based off of what you're looking at, we've seen subdivisions that subdivision had HOA fees, and there wasn't a lot going on in there at all. You know what I mean? So just to know what you're looking at, if you decide to go ahead and purchase inside of an HOA fee, make sure you read the guidelines of the HOA. Pretty much those will be disclosed to you, and you can decide whether or not you want to participate in an environment like that.
And keep in mind also, your HOA fees are on top of your taxes, your county taxes, your yearly taxes. That's not the same thing. Sure. HOA fees and taxes are two separate things. You'll have to pay that fee on top of your normal property taxes.
And I'll tell you something else about an HOA that just popped into my head. On some of those HOAs, when you sell, you have to put a certain amount on top. They charge you for actually going out of there as well. I haven't seen it a whole lot, but some of those. That's why I say do your due diligence before you purchase any piece of dirt.
For sure. So if you found this content to be valuable, like,
comment,
subscribe to the page, help us grow this channel, and we'll continue to bring you as much as free value as we can. So till the next time, you know the motto, invest in dirt.
It's the cleanest way to make money. Peace, y'all.